I don't know if it also happens to you, but sometimes the grayness and the stillness of February also come with a creative rut. And it is very easy to get lost in the reels, the brain-dead YouTube videos, and in the negative, immediate abundance of news. Maybe that part is particularly intense this year. There's a lot going on. Right now I'm busy with a few big projects. I'm editing a bachelor's film for a friend. I have to make videos and plan videos for my actual real paying job. And I am also trying to write what is gonna be the last film of film school, my graduation film. And I also have to get that made in the following 3 months. If you told me a few years ago that these were gonna be my problems and these were gonna be the things that I was gonna be stressing out about, I would be screaming from happiness. I am extremely grateful to be able to work on so many different creative projects, and also grateful for the fact that I get to do something creative for a living and to actually pay the bills. But I noticed something particular happening in my head when it comes to creativity. The expectations of my work freeze me into inaction and I end up not doing anything anymore. It's like I feel like everything that I do has to become this transcendent work of art, this quintessential thing that is going to finally prove that somehow I do have something to say and that is gonna be breaking genres and bringing me all of this satisfaction and success. And I kind of forgot how this whole thing started. 10 years ago I was just watching YouTube and feeling capable, empowered and inspired by what I was watching, and then I would immediately try to replicate it myself because it felt in reach of what I could do, from the hiking videos to the movie reviews, and finally I would try to make vlogs from the day I cooked burgers or going to the woods because I was deadly afraid of shooting or using my camera around people. That really hasn't changed though. Now I think these small projects where there is no expectations, I think these small projects where the value of them is the intrinsic fun of just making the projects is the secret, or what I have been looking for, to break this creative rut and to be creative again and to get moving. I think the answer was pretty obvious, but I think knowing the answer is only half of the work. The implementation of what we know we have to do is sometimes more difficult. In this occasion there were basically 2 things that really helped me to actually get moving and do the things that I knew that I had to do to be creative again. Thing number 1. So the first thing is that I basically refound YouTube. I feel like YouTube has become this place where everybody's trying to make a career out of it or trying to make money. But recently I got recommended and I have been watching a few channels that are completely removed from that. So on one side, the photography channels, I think they have become very popular in Japan. It's people that go outside and they basically take pictures and then show us the pictures that they took. And even though they have become very popular, it's very relaxing to watch these channels and they feel very old YouTube in a sense. It feels very, look, I made something cool and I would like you to watch it. And the second type of videos is just people who come to YouTube and use YouTube more as a memory box. They go on trips or they go on art residencies and they record their experiences and they post them online. And it also feels very outside of the whole business aspect of YouTube, and I think that's what I like the most. They are more minimalistic, more simple, and this is a style that I find very inspiring because it's very easy to try it for yourself. You should be able to see the names of the YouTubers I've been watching on the screen. And the second reason is that I basically rediscovered my small camera, my Canon M50, this camera that I've had for like 8 years. Because nowadays when you get into professional videography or filmmaking, the whole setup, the whole camera setup becomes so gigantic that it's very difficult to create anything casual with it. You have to pay attention to external batteries, to rigging the camera with the right SSD because you need to record all the footage externally. And of course, rigging the camera for a big project, for a professional paid project makes a lot of sense. But in the day-to-day, rediscovering this small camera is gonna really allow me to reduce boundaries between creation and myself. I can talk about cameras and the democratization of cinema and the fact that gear doesn't matter forever, but let's just move on. Okay, so these were basically the two things that pushed me to actually create something and make something again. So what now? So the plan was to look for an interesting location on Google Maps, pack my backpack with my camera, a few sandwiches, and go and have a nice day. Just go for a walk, bring my camera, take photos, take a little video, try to make a little vlog out of my day, and the most important part was to have fun. Okay. If you didn't like the vlog, okay, no, so that's clearly not a vlog. And what happened was that I came back home after that day and I had this footage and I put it together in the timeline, but I just absolutely hated all of it. All the footage was awful and it was so gloomy and it was so gray and it was so boring that I just didn't like it at all as a vlog. I just didn't have enough material for a vlog, so I just decided to turn it into a horror film. And I think this was the correct choice. I just added a few shots, the one from the beginning with the axe, and I created a little narrative. I still don't think it looks amazing, but I think the footage that I had works way better this way. It could have been really easy to just give up and delete the footage and then let it be, but then I still took the extra step to actually make something out of it. I mean, overall it wasn't that great of a day. I had fun, but it was freezing cold. I couldn't even eat my sandwiches because my hands were frozen. I couldn't properly use my camera because my hands were frozen, and I was dressed like a criminal. So when I was walking behind this lady in the middle of the woods, mind you, this lady just took out her car keys, and I think she was scared that I was gonna do something because I was dressed like a criminal, so that's very embarrassing. But yeah, but I did take some pictures that I liked, so let's look at the pictures. So I believe that a lot of the value from these pictures is the fact that I took the time to select the ones that I liked the most, to select the ones that I felt like they did something in me, they moved something, I just felt attracted to them, and putting them in a space where I can appreciate them. Instead of letting them rot in some gallery or in some SSD, you display them with the white background, with a little music. You edit them, you crop them, and then you show them because you are proud of them. And I am. I think these are good pictures. What I also realized is that I am a bit embarrassed to shoot pictures of people. I am a bit embarrassed. I find it difficult to do street photography of people. So I concentrated more on landscapes and architecture. But I ended up liking it a lot. I really enjoyed trying to get all the shapes together in the camera, in the frame, and make it look like something out of this world or something that you wouldn't really understand without a context. So even within my shyness for street photography, I found something that I really liked, which was architecture photography, or more shape photography, if you will. think taking the picture is only the first step. I think the intentionality of selecting them and putting them in the order that you feel like they work is also very valuable. Also, the blue skies as a matte background really does something for me, really gives this picture a feeling of nostalgia. I think it's the combination of the blue background, the flat blue background, and the spill of light on the buildings that I really like. So it took me a few weeks to make this video, and that's why I took the liberty to include a lot of pictures that I have been taking throughout this time, because I have been going out more, the weather has been nicer, so I've had the chance to go out more, take more pictures, and this is more of a collection of the pictures that I like the most from the past few weeks. I took some of the pictures with my phone, I took some of the pictures with the camera, but I think the success lies really in the act of creation, and there are gonna be other spaces and other circumstances and other projects for perfection, but this is not that. So I really hope this video is gonna serve the purpose of getting me to move more, maybe post more, and maybe not think too much about perfection, because YouTube is not the place for perfection, at least for me. For me, YouTube is gonna be more, and it serves more the role of a collection of memories, a collage of things that I try out, and just a display of the small and big things that I do.